afternoon, here we are, Custom House Quays, Dublin city centre. My name is Aine Duffy and we, Irish Web TV and DublinCityTV.com, are here to give you the highlights of the Yellow Vest Parade, which takes place at 2 o'clock today, Dublin city centre, January the 5th. Okay, so the first person we've met just before the parade starts today is Jenny Mortell, and Jenny came all the way from Balbriggan in Dublin. And Jenny, you are all in favour of a better environment.
Absolutely. You were asking what organisation I'm in. It's a very fluid organisation. It's probably worldwide, but with no particular names, except we're anti-geoengineering, we're anti what's being done to our water with fluoride in the water.
I agree with all that, but what has that got to do with the Yellow Vest demonstration?
Because it's a people's movement.
Yes.
Anybody can participate in it.
What is your objectives then of the Yellow Vest movement have got 15 demands?
Yes.
And so what is your vesture in this yourselves?
Well, what I would love to see is fluoride being taken out of the water in Ireland, because it's having a very bad effect on us.
So you're using the platform of the Yellow Vest to make your stance.
That's right.
That's exactly what you're doing here today.
That's absolutely it, yes.
Okay.
And I've been here, this is my 4th week coming, so hoping to get lots of publicity to waken people up to the dangers of
How do you do
fluoride.
this? Do you do it through magazines? Well, how do you do it?
I have leaflets that I give out to people,
Okay.
which isn't so easy if you're marching.
Okay, well done, Jenny, and hopefully it's not too cold for the parade today.
No, it'll be lovely.
Or the demonstration.
Thank
you
you
for talking.
Thank you.
Hi, Chair.
Hiya.
So I was asking you, why are you here today? This is a Yellow Vest demonstration, a people's demonstration. Perhaps you can tell us what your cause is and why you are here today.
I'm here to support the movement, which it's my understanding is to push the government for reforms. One of them, and the main one as far as I'm concerned, is a citizens initiated referendum, the ability for the citizens in the country to say what they want to vote on when. That's the main one for me. There are lots of issues that are happening that our government are just ignoring. This happens to be one of them.
And with me now is Glenn Miller, one of the organisers of today's demonstration. So far, Glenn, it's just around 2 o'clock. Good show.
Yep, very good show, yeah. More to come.
Absolutely. So just looking around, and I've been chatting earlier to a few people, different organisations, people power out on the streets today, different organisations. I had Ger there and Jenny Mortell speaking about the environment. This movement encapsulates people on the ground in Ireland with their objectives and their motives of what they feel should be done in Ireland. Isn't that right? Is that what the Yellow Vest is all about?
Well, the Yellow Vest is about, we're neither left, we're neither right, we're in the middle. There's various groups representing their own issues, and we're coming together in solidarity, protesting on a Saturday in solidarity with our cousins in Europe and in the wider field. And yeah.
So peaceful demonstration as it is here today
Yep.
is the way to go. Numbers, people power, as we saw in the water charges. People power,
People power, yeah.
got
People
rid
taking-
of water charges.
Yeah, people taken to the streets. We all know who the enemy is. The country is in an awful state. Between 10,000 people are homeless. We have 3,000 of those people are children. It's deplorable. You only walk down the street here 100 yards and there's people sleeping in doorways, and people are stepping over them and no one cares. Well, we all care, but we'd like people to care a little bit more.
Okay, of all the issues in the country, we have homelessness,
Yeah.
high rates of suicide.
Yeah.
People cannot work and live in Dublin and afford to live in
Yeah,
Dublin. Wages have not increased in the last 10 years. What would be the highest on your list that you would like to
So
consider?
how do we pick an issue over another issue? Here's the thing. As a citizen or as an individual living in this country, we should be outraged at just one of those topics. The fact that you've just listed a group of them,
Short list, yeah.
and that's only a short list of hundreds more. We should be outraged as a people. And for a people that are revolutionary by nature, there should be hundreds of thousands of people on the streets right across the country.
Okay. Wayne Nash from Athlone. Wayne, who are you here representing today?
Well, representing myself, but I want to speak out against Garda corruption. I've experienced about me being wrongfully arrested, unlawfully detained at the behest of Garda Síochána. And that's what I'm here today.
Do you think it's reading the papers, do you think it's widespread Garda corruption, or is it just the cases that are highlighted in the paper?
Well, I think it's widespread. I think it's systemic and epidemic in this country. Claire Daly McWallace has spoken about this in the Dáil. If you can just remind yourself of the Garda Commissioner, Martin Callanan, what he's done to Garda whistleblowers. You can see previous Minister for Justice has been sacked or resigned because of malpractice and misconduct.
Okay, so we're here today making the Yellow Vest demonstration.
Sure.
We want you want changes. Now, what do you propose? What do you propose? You're the ordinary man on the street. What do you propose?
Well, we need more transparency. We need more accountability. We need more responsibility from our public servants and the likes of Garda Síochána, who are supposed to serve and protect the people. Now, I don't know if you recall an episode that happened in Strokestown, where there was men in balaclavas came down and dragged people from their homes, while we had members of Garda Síochána standing idly by saying they couldn't come onto private property, while these people were being assaulted.
That's hardly Garda corruption.
Well, what would you call it?
I would call it possibly the guards not knowing what to do, but not corruption.
If they don't know what they're doing...
So what do you want them to do? You're calling for more transparency?
More transparency, more accountability and more sanctions. That if Gardaí failed to act in their remit as a Garda... Well, then,
who's going to operate all this? Surely not the Gardaí themselves.
Well, I think the people need to operate this. Because...
People operated Garda system. That's not going to work either, is it?
Well, who appoints the Gardaí? If a Gardaí is sanctioned or disciplined, what happens? We have GSOC. Now, I don't know if people realise that the majority of workers in GSOC are ex-Garda members. Now, of course, there will be a conflict of interest here.
Do you not think Drew Harris is trying to reshape the Guards and do something about these kind of things? Seriously?
I don't think so. I think Drew Harris, what he said, the video he's seen in Roscommon, that he said he's Gardaí wouldn't stand idly by and let people be assaulted.
Well, they obviously did do in the video that we saw.
Sorry?
They obviously did stand idly by in the video that we saw.
So he told a lie there. So there you go. We have a Garda Commissioner who's telling lies straight away to the people.
So looking forward, going on,
yes.
How do you see things changing? This is the question. I want a brief answer from you on that, Wayne.
Well, going forward, I think more people need to come out, demonstrate like today, and expose the wrongs that's going on in this country.
Okay.
Otherwise, nothing will change.
Yeah.
Okay? We can give out and complain
speak
about
out,
Facebook.
folks. That's what he's saying. Speak out.
Speak out.
Plenty of action.
And just let me remind viewers here that I was the first person ever in the history of the state to take a case against the state and was successful in relation to my rights being infringed upon, breached upon and violated under the European Convention on Human Rights.
Okay, well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm here today basically, mostly I think what we're all here for is to campaign and against government corruption, about mismanagement of resources, financial and personal, and that I think I was at the event last week, the two before that I missed, but basically I think everybody is here wants the same thing: justice. Good living standards.
Out words there, justice. I mean, that covers a wide range of things. Anything in particular?
Yeah, it does. Well, I believe.
Anything in particular?
I believe that you should not be labelled a right-wing extremist for wanting to be able to put pressure on this government to have proper capacity planning. That's financial, including financial planning of our resources, of our health services, of rental accommodation, and the whole lot. So basically, we have to put pressure on them to make sure that there isn't an overburden.
So you're looking for better rights?
Absolutely. There's no overburden on only a section of society for what we take on. We all know we live in a globalised country. And we need people to come in here to have jobs, the whole lot. But we need to put pressure on this government to say they can't keep on expanding, right, and making money through being landlords and banks and the whole lot, and a certain sections of society making all the profits while all the people at the bottom pick up the pieces.
Okay.
So stop expanding until you get and manage what you have first before you do any more expanding.
Okay. demonstration. How do you feel it's going?
Oh, I think it's going great. There's a great turnout, and all we want is the people to jump on board, give a good response.
Is it gaining momentum?
It's gaining momentum. Slowly but surely the people will realise that they have to stand up to this Fine Gael corruption government. Leo in his ignorance, he's a snob party of the the landlord party. They don't seem to care about the people on the street. They are allowing the banks to evict their people, which we're going to stand against them, and we'll stop every time they come to evict their people. We will be there to stop them.
Okay, well done. So, out there, people who have done nothing yet for the Yellow Vest demonstration, what do you say to them? How do you get them motivated? Go ahead.
Well, the people, if you know the way the policies are going with the Fine Gael government, you just have to look how many homeless we have, 10,000. How many people, many of the homeless are living in these hotels, living in these hubs. All they seem to want to do is to build hubs. They don't seem to want to build affordable housing. So we all need to stand together, get out in the street, and it's feet in the street is what we need, and we need the people to back us.
Okay, well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, as you can see behind me, a very successful demonstration here in Dublin today. And I was speaking to a leader there just 2 seconds previously, and they're very happy. They do feel the Yellow Vest movement is gaining momentum here in Dublin. Thank you for watching irishwebtv.com.